All the esteemed fairy masters want to claim me. Jinxiu suddenly stepped even closer, her eyes searching. Senior sister, did you mishear something? There was no sound, Xiaonan said nervously. Jinxiu, unconvinced, placed her hands on his shoulders. Junior brother, don't be afraid. If anything malicious appears, I'll protect you. Then she casually tossed Xiaonan aside. He spun through the air and Yu Bingyun tensed behind the door. Xiaonan scrambled up and picked up the pill. Senior sister, this pill changes its properties with just a touch. Isn't that really amazing? Jinxiu gasped. Junior brother, don't! Before she could stop him, Xiaonan swallowed the dirty pill. Gulp. Suddenly, a surge of power erupted from within him. A system notification appeared. Toxic pill effect activated. Spiritual energy +1. 0000. Constitution +1000. Stamina +1000. A new status update followed. Host, Xiaonan current. Spiritual energy. Stage 4, 5000. 2000. Constitution. Grade 8, 1000. 5000. Soul. Grade 8, 1000. 5. Stamina. Grade 9, 54. 1000. Nan's grin widened. Ha ha ha. As expected, poison is like a tonic for me. A single wasted pill, and I've already broken through. Jinxiu stared at him in shock. If even a failed pill can give him this kind of boost, I can't imagine how much a proper pill would enhance him. Yu Bingyun's expression hardened. So this is the legendary chosen physique. Both women thought simultaneously, I must have him. Suddenly, a voice called from outside the door. Excuse me, is this Xiaonan's room? Jinxiu's face darkened. It's Shan Wuyan. I didn't expect second senior sister to secretly come and bribe Xiaonan as well. Xiaonan said, Senior sister, it looks like someone else is coming again. Jinxiu asked, why did you say again? Xiaonan began sweating and hesitated. Jinxiu thought to herself, if second senior sister finds me here, she'll use bribery as an excuse to take Xiaonan as her disciple. I need to hide. She glanced at the cabinet and thought, got it. Jinxiu quickly said, Junior brother, make sure you don't tell anyone I was here. Xiaonan sighed in frustration. Jinxiu slipped inside the cabinet and shut the door. Xiaonan, still sweating, thought to himself, whatever, you two have fun. Inside the cabinet, Jinxiu was shocked to find Yu Bingyun already hiding there. Xiaonan opened the door and said, I'm Xiaonan, may I ask? Upon seeing the visitor, he thought, ice-cold beauty. Oh no, I mean senior sister. He corrected himself, Senior sister, what brings you here? Shan Wuyan stood silently outside, gazing at Xiaonan. She thought to herself, he leveled up in a single night. No wonder the ancestors' prophecy called him heaven's chosen, so talented and hardworking. Xiaonan thought, could it be she's also here to help with my cultivation, a senior guiding a junior? Clearing his throat, Xiaonan asked, Ahem, senior sister, which elder sent you to help me? Shan Wuyan replied, help you. I'm just here to inform you about the sect hall assignments. Xiaonan blinked. Oh right, today is the allocation day for new disciples. Thank you for the notice. The next day, the elder stood before the new disciples and commanded, silence! The sword sect is divided into 4 halls, Grassroot Hall, Garland Hall, Jibo Hall, and Pride Hall. Each hall has different levels of instructors and teaching quality. This automaton disciple is at the Qi refining 2nd stage. It will serve as your evaluation standard. If you can last half a stick of incense, you'll be placed in Garland Hall. 1 burned stick, Jibo Hall. 2 burned sticks, Pride Hall. Adjust yourselves. The assessment begins now. The crowd responded enthusiastically. Yes, Xiaonan muttered. It's all because of those 2 suspicious women. I didn't sleep all night. Qian Duo smirked. Isn't this yesterday's 3-stage, bro? Among this year's new disciples, the weakest one is probably you, Xiaonan. His friends burst into laughter. Xiaonan thought to himself, Qian Duo tested at spiritual energy stage 10 yesterday, just 1 step away from advancing. He's practically a prodigy. A system notification appeared. Psychological damage received. Soul +5. Xiaonan's eyes widened. Hey, that counts too? He turned to Qian Duo and said, try insulting me again. Qian Duo sneered. What? Losing your temper now? If it weren't for your family's influence, how would trash like you even qualify to join the sword sect? 2 more system notifications popped up. Psychological damage received. Soul +5. Psychological damage received. Soul +5. Xiaonan grinned. Nice. Well said. Keep going. Don't stop. Qian Duo's friend raised an eyebrow. Senior brother Qian, does this guy have a screw loose? Another disciple chimed in. Yeah? Why does he look like he's enjoying this instead of getting angry? Suddenly, Jibo Mayong stepped forward. You people, since you've already joined the sect, do you not know the rules left by our sword sect's ancestor Su? Regardless of background, our sword sect treats everyone equally. A murmur spread through the crowd. That's Jibo Mayong, born into the Jibo family of the northern region, possessing an innate pure yang constitution with unparalleled talent. Senior brother Jibo has already stepped into the chi refining second stage. Among this year's new disciples, he's the strongest. One of the disciples, eyes filled with admiration, sighed. So young, yet already exuding the demeanor of a young sovereign. So handsome. Jibo Mayong turned to Xiao Nan. Brother Xiao may be weak and insignificant, but that doesn't mean he deserves to be ridiculed by so many of you. A system notification appeared. Inspired, Soul 5 inspired, Soul 5 Xiao Nan panicked. Brother, where did you come from? Stop meddling. I still need to increase my soul stat. Jibo Mayong continued. I always remember the hardship of breaking through to spiritual energy stage 3 at the age of 7. Seeing that Brother Xiao is also at stage 3 of spiritual energy, I can't help but sigh and feel deeply moved. Xiao Nan twitched. You overdid it. Jibo Mayong added, though having a pure yang constitution prevents stagnation, if I were 16 and still at spiritual energy stage 3, I might consider finding a tree to hang myself. Xiao Nan clenched his fists. Oh wow, waiting to roast me, huh? Thought you were a good guy, but you're just a big-tailed wolf. A system notification said, psychological damage received, soul +1-1. A system notification said, host status, soul grade 8 178 out of 500. As Xiao Nan smiled, his eyes sparkled. Xiao Nan said, Senior brother Jibo, right? Thanks. He held Jibo Mayong's shoulder and gave him a thumbs up. Jibo Mayong was confused. Qian Duo asked, what's with Xiao Nan? No matter how much we ridicule him, he doesn't react at all. His friend added, yeah, it's like punching cotton. His blind friend muttered, so boring. A few moments later, Shan Wuyan observed from a distance. She said to herself, amidst the criticism from fellow disciples, he can actually restrain himself from being affected. Impressive. With such composure, he is destined for greatness. I must recruit him into no sword peak. Suddenly, the elder shouted, next! Following the spiritual energy test rankings, the evaluation begins. First up, Xiao Nan. Xiao Nan was confused. He pointed at himself and said, huh? The test starts from the lowest rank. Qian Duo said, they must want to end the weak battles quickly and save time for the talented disciples. His friend said, I bet Xiao Nan won't last 5 breaths against the puppet disciple. His gay friend laughed, too generous. 3 breaths at most. After all, he's only at spiritual energy stage 3. Xiao Nan stepped forward and said, Disciple Xiao Nan, please grant me your guidance. He thought to himself, I wanted to see how others fought, but now I have no choice but to rely on myself. Shan Wuyan whispered, Xiao Nan, let me see your potential. Xiao Nan leaped forward and slashed at the puppet disciple. Suddenly, the puppet disciple's eyes became serious. With a single push, it sent Xiao Nan flying. Xiao Nan felt pain and groaned. Ugh! Shan Wuyan sighed and thought, is his cultivation still too low? A boy in the crowd said, he lost in a single move. Another commented, yeah, he should have lasted at least a few breaths. Xiao Nan stood up. A system notification said, severe injury received, vitality +20, constitution +20, endurance +. Xiao Nan thought, huh? Why doesn't it hurt as much as I imagined? It must be the curse system. As long as I don't get instantly defeated, it boosts my stats when I take a hit. Look at the Manhwa. This puppet disciple is the perfect training dummy for me to farm experience. Xiao Nan's aura surged. Shan Wuyan was shocked. He's standing back up? Does he still want to continue? Xiao Nan walked back toward the arena. He stomped the ground and thought, experience, my baby, here I come. Charging at the puppet disciple, he engaged in a fierce battle. A system notification said, severely injured, QI and blood +1 and 9, bone structure +22, endurance +. Xiao Nan winced from the puppet disciple's attack. Ugh. A system notification said, severely injured, chi and blood +23, bone structure +21, endurance +5. Xiao Nan roared, again. A weak boy stammered, how long has he been holding on? A girl with a large chest exclaimed, already 2 incense sticks time, the elder muttered. He keeps getting knocked down by the puppet disciple, yet he keeps getting back up. A lady with a voluptuous figure gasped, unyielding resilience. And he even looks handsome, he's simply. Another girl with an even larger chest cheered, a role model for us all. Xiao Nan endured the pain as the puppet disciple leaped for a powerful punch. Xiao Nan blocked it with his sword and groaned, Ugh. He thought, I can't break this puppet disciple, but this thing can't kill me either. As long as I'm tough enough, I can keep farming experience. The puppet disciple slashed, breaking Xiao Nan's sword in half. Qian Duo gasped. Even his weapon broke. Surely it's over now. It's just a school placement test. Does he really need to go this hard? His gay friend smirked. Holding out against a QI refining stage 2 mechanized puppet with only a 4th stage spirit power cultivation. Even senior brother Li Bo, a genius, might not be able to do this. The crowd chanted, Xiao Nan, hold on. Xiao Nan, hold on, hold on. Xiao Nan threw his broken sword aside and scoffed, The puppet disciple blocked it as Xiao Nan charged forward. He shouted, let me show you my fist the size of a clay pot. Xiao Nan continued punching. Come on, keep hitting me. A system notification said, Host, Xiao Nan Endurance has broken through to grade 8. As he hit the face of the puppet disciple, Xiao Nan said to himself, Wah. The puppet disciple pushed him with incredible force. Xiao Nan said to himself, Damn it. Even with the curse system boosting me, allowing my chi and blood as well as my bone structure to recover continuously, my body still has a limit to how much damage it can take. As he flew away, a system notification appeared. Host, Xiao Nan current spirit power. 4th stage 500 out of 2000 bone structure. Grade 8 469 out of 500 divine soul. Grade 8 376 out of 500 endurance. Grade 8 178 out of 500. Xiao Nan said to himself, Still, this thing is an absolute experience farm. It feels amazing to fight. The puppet disciple knelt to the ground. The elder said to himself, to think he forced the puppet disciple to this point. Although his cultivation isn't high, his willpower is incredible. If he continues to grow, how terrifying would he become? Suddenly a bird on the puppet disciple's shoulder spoke. Xiao Nan, gra, gugugudwa. A girl with a huge chest in the crowd said, Why is the puppet disciple stuttering like this? Did Xiao Nan hit it so hard that it broke its brain? Her friend said, Is it about to announce the test results? I wonder which school Xiao Nan will be placed in. Another girl with a huge chest said, Even though his aptitude is the lowest, he's at least held on for so long. The bird on the puppet disciple's shoulder let out a loud cry. Gu-gu-gu-gu-gu-gu-gu-gu. A massive shock wave erupted, and 4 mountains burst into powerful beams of energy. The elder, in shock, exclaimed, 4 peaks in unison, the treatment of a peerless prodigy. How many years has it been since the sword sect had a disciple acknowledged by all 4 peaks at once? The puppet disciple announced, Xiao Nan, special admission into the Prodigy Academy. A girl with a huge chest gasped, Heavens, that's the highest level academy in the sword sect. A boy said, Could he be a genius like senior brother Jibo? His gay friend scoffed, Ha! Weren't they just mocking senior brother Xiao a moment ago? That slap must sting. Qian Duo and Jibo Meiyong silently observed the scene. The elder helped Xiao Nan stand up and said to himself, This boy has the strongest perseverance I've seen in years. No wonder all 4 peaks acknowledged him. A talent like this mustn't suffer any long-term damage. As he channeled healing energy into Xiao Nan, a system notification appeared. Nourished by spiritual energy. Spiritual energy, 510. Nourished by spiritual energy. Spiritual energy, 590 current spiritual energy, 0. The elder frowned. Strange. I've infused so much spiritual energy into him, yet his Dantian shows no reaction, as if it's sunk into the abyss. Xiao Nan said to himself, Old man, I'm seriously done here. At this rate, all the beating I took today will have been for nothing. Xiao Nan grabbed the elder's hand and said, Ahem, elder, my spiritual physique is a bit special. It can recover on its own, so you don't have to expend your energy on me. The elder nodded. Oh, I see. He then said to himself while unable to stop himself from crying, I've heard that some unique physiques remain hidden until their cultivation reaches a certain level. Xiao Nan looked at him in confusion, sweating. The elder, overwhelmed with emotion, thought to himself, Sword sect ancestors very soon. We will have a mighty force rising from among us. As he stood up, Xiao Nan was shocked. A boy in the crowd exclaimed, Senior brother Xiao, you're amazing. You endured that puppet disciple for so long and even triggered the 4 peaks phenomenon. A girl with a huge chest said, This is what they call a true expert revealing his prowess. Another girl with an even larger chest said, Senior brother, after today's lessons, could you give me some pointers? A sexier girl added, Me too. A girl with huge hips said, Count me in. I want to learn too. Xiao Nan said to himself, Did I overdo it today? That so-called curse system is still not fully under my control. I should keep a low profile and fade into the background a bit. Xiaonan cleared his throat and said, Ahem, everyone. To be honest, my performance today was purely a fluke. I've always been tough and could take a beating. The puppet disciple probably couldn't unleash its full power due to my weak spiritual energy, so that's why it ended up being an even fight. A girl with a sexy figure asked, You mean the puppet disciple adjusts its strength based on its opponent? Xiaonan nodded. You could say that. She frowned and said, But the Four Peaks phenomenon, that's not something that happens to just anyone. Xiaonan replied, Well, it must be because my strength is the weakest. The sword sect wanted to use me as an example to show that the sect treats everyone equally and won't neglect any disciple. As long as you work hard and cultivate diligently, the sect will recognize your potential. Right, Elder? The elder hesitated. But the academy placement. Xiaonan broke into a nervous sweat and looked at him with sharp eyes. The elder also started sweating and stammered, Yes, exactly. What Xiaonan said is absolutely right. That's exactly what the sect intended. The ladies in the crowd looked confused. A boy muttered, So he lasted that long just because he's good at taking a beating? His friend added, And he got selected just because he was the weakest and went first? So the sect gave him some encouragement? A gay boy scoffed, Shh, so it was just dumb luck. Xiaonan glanced at the elder and thought, Yes, that's exactly how I want them to think. The elder looked back at Xiaonan, deep in thought. This kid is so young, yet he already understands the importance of hiding his abilities and keeping a low profile. Tears welled up in his eyes. Such character, such composure, I'm liking him more and more. Duo smirked and said, Junior brother Xiao, if I remember correctly, you're from that tiny place, Wu City, right? Why don't you become my follower from now on? Xiaonan looked confused. Huh? Then he grinned. How about we make a bet? If you can last longer than me against the mechanized puppet, I'll agree to be your little brother. Duo started sweating. This kid just lasted over 3 rounds against the mechanized puppet. His friend sneered, Xiaonan, you actually dare to challenge senior brother Qian. Do you really think you're some kind of prodigy? His ugly friend chimed in, Exactly. You just stalled for time against the mechanized puppet because of your thick skin. Another boy scoffed, Young Master Qian taking a liking to you is your fortune. A mongrel has no place at the feast. Jibo Mayong chuckled. Ha! Xiaonan raised his hand and mockingly said, Senior brother Jibo, are you placing a bet too? Jibo Mayong replied with all the other races rising. Human cultivators are at a disadvantage. What matters to me, Jibo Mayong, is how we can lead our fellow cultivators back to glory. You lot are truly lacking ambition. Xiaonan rolled his eyes and thought, what a load of talk. Then he said, So, are you betting or not? Duo smirked. Bet? Of course. There's no way I would lose to someone like Xiao Sanduan. He thought to himself, I'm at the 10th level of spiritual energy, just 1 step away from the Qi refining realm. There's no reason I'd lose to him. A few moments later, as birds flew across the sky, the puppet disciple struck Qian Duo with a powerful blow. Qian Duo screamed in pain as several of his teeth flew out. Xiaonan crouched beside him and poked his nose with a twig. Hey, are you still alive? He chuckled to himself. Idiots. Did you really think your bodies could take hits like mine? A boy muttered. Damn it. That mechanized puppet is seriously tough. Another gay boy commented, Even senior brother Jibo only lasted about as long as Xiao Sanduan. Jibo Mayong frowned. Who would have thought that useless Xiao Sanduan would win just because he could take a beating? Dumb luck. A mere trial proves nothing. Only by mastering one's talent and cultivation can one truly laugh at the end. A boy nodded. Senior brother Jibo is right. Talent is everything. Another added, In cultivation, if you lack a solid foundation, it's all in vain. Xiaonan felt those words stab into his chest like a knife. A system notification appeared. Psychological damage received. +4 mental strength. Another system notification. Psychological damage received. +3 mental strength. Xiaonan clenched his fists and thought, Jibo Mayong, one day, I'll make sure you can't keep that smug mouth of yours shut. Just then, the elder took out his sword and addressed the crowd. You've all worked hard. Now, according to the test results, follow me to Daluo Peak for your residence assignments. He swung his sword, opening a portal. A boy gasped, This is a sword sect disciple's residence? It's massive. Xiaonan's eyes widened. My God, all these golden leaves, how much are they worth? Jibo Mayong scoffed. You've never seen anything before. So vulgar. He turned to the elder and asked, Elder, may I ask about the origins of this golden spirit tree? Does it have any connection to our assigned residences? The elder nodded. Good question. All of Daluo Peak's spiritual energy is tied to this golden spirit tree. The closer a residence is to the tree, the richer the spiritual energy. Xiaonan scratched his head. If someone lived inside the tree, wouldn't that give them a massive advantage? The elder chuckled. Heh, exactly. This tree indeed holds a unique secret, but it has remained ownerless for 500 years. Xiaonan's face twitched. He thought, System, please don't assign me near this tree. I don't want anything interfering with my cultivation. Qian Duo smirked at Xiaonan. Xiao Sanduan, no use envying it. A place like this, meant for those with talent, would never be given to a punching bag like you. The elder stepped forward. All right, we will now begin the residence allocation. Step forward when your name is called. Silence filled the air as everyone stood in anticipation. Suddenly, golden leaves swirled around them. Xiaonan's eyes widened as a golden leaf floated toward him. The elder observed and thought to himself, as expected of a disciple chosen by the four peaks, even the golden spirit tree, dormant for 500 years, has opened its doors for him. Xiaonan hesitated. Elder, these golden leaves? The elder smiled. They are the key to unlocking the golden spirit tree. Xiaonan, from now on, you are its master. A girl gasped. A residence left untouched for 500 years. Given to Xiao Sanduan? Another disciple muttered. He's ridiculously lucky. A girl with an ample chest stomped her foot. Why? Why does this guy always get so lucky? The elder raised an eyebrow. Xiaonan, why are you just standing there? Hurry and take the residence key. Xiaonan hesitated, sweat forming on his forehead. Elder, I have humble talent. Such a valuable residence should go to someone more gifted. The elder chuckled. Xiaonan, I appreciate your humility. However, since the golden spirit tree has chosen, there's no need to decline. Xiaonan sighed internally. So you're forcing me onto this path, huh? The elder turned to the crowd. No need for disappointment, everyone. The sect holds monthly assessments. Residences will be reassigned based on performance. If you fail to reach the 9th level of spiritual energy within a year, you will be expelled from the sect. He paused, letting the gravity of his words settle in. In short, as long as you train hard, there's still a chance to enter the Prodigy Academy and enjoy its resources. Qian Duo smirked. That's right. If you get expelled in a year, all your current glory will just become gossip for others. Xiaonan scoffed. He thought to himself, I'm in the spotlight now. If I don't make a name for myself in the next assessments, my future is doomed. But this so-called paradise is nothing but a poison den for me. How do I truly improve? Jibo Mayong stepped forward. Elder, how do we train from here? Do we just stay in our residences? The elder shook his head. Your residence tokens record all of the sword sect's secret realms. You may choose anyone that suits your strengths to refine yourself. He glanced at the crowd. However, I must warn you, some places are extremely dangerous. Don't be reckless and lose your life chasing quick gains. Xiaonan's eyes lit up. Extremely dangerous? He thought to himself, according to my cursed system, if I find a place filled with toxic miasma, one that all cultivators avoid, I can definitely break through to the 9th level of spiritual energy within a year. The elder clapped his hands. All right, it's getting late. Everyone, return to your residences. As the golden spirit tree glowed in a warm golden hue, the disciples dispersed. A few moments later, a system notification appeared. Lazy cultivation in progress, plus 5 spiritual energy, another system notification. Lazy cultivation in progress, plus 5 spiritual energy, yet another system notification. Lazy cultivation in progress, plus 5 spiritual energy. Xiaonan sat cross-legged, deep in thought. First, the rise of the 4 peaks, then the golden spirit tree and this golden path. Such an ostentatious display. Why do I feel like everything is being orchestrated? Suddenly, his senses tingled. His eyes snapped open as he sat up. Who's watching me? On the other side of a crystal ball. Yu Bingyun and Jin Shu flinched. Damn it! Jin Shu, watching alongside them, panicked. Senior sister, is your crystal ball working? I think he noticed us. Yu Bingyun narrowed her eyes. With his current strength, there's no way he could detect us spying on him. But I didn't expect his spiritual perception to be this sharp. She smirked. It seems we need to observe him more closely in the dead of night to truly gauge his potential. As they watched, the crystal ball shone brightly, just like their chests. Thanks for tuning in. I truly appreciate each and every one of you who took the time to watch this video. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content like this. If you enjoyed what you saw, consider sharing my videos or channel with your friends who might also enjoy it. Your support means the world to me and helps my channel grow. Let's keep this community thriving together. Until next time, see you in the next video.